Hey everyone, so it's been a while, but we've been playing some games still. We just haven't been cranking out as many videos, but
Uh-huh.
we have been playing one game a ton. Uh, I think it's probably one of his favorite games, and because there's so much variation to it, well, yeah, Inside Job is still probably your favorite, but this is the second. That's still pretty strong. So, but with with this game, there's so many different variations to it, and so many different characters and whatnot.
It's been
So,
obsessed with looking up the different
yeah,
characters and
yeah,
like figuring out who's the best and who's the combos.
Uh-huh.
That was that. That was that.
Uh-huh,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
look up combos. I figured
Yeah.
them out
yeah.
I'm
myself.
sure.
But yeah, the game we're talking about today is Unmatched. So. What we thought we could do is we could just talk about some of our favorite characters. I think we probably have all the stuff at this point.
And you
But-
played a lot of games.
Yes, yeah,
Between
that was
us,
the most
yeah.
played game last month,
Yeah.
and we've already played a fair amount already. So,
That
yeah,
Matt thought that me and Dad have played it more than her, and I've just started playing on that.
I mean, they played it a lot more.
we didn't really.
They had played like 8
Yeah.
games before I got up the other morning.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
You
and
wake up at 10 as well, so
Okay.
be quiet.
yeah. But yeah, so this is a nice game. We already said with the variability and all that. It's something that he can like pick up and be competitive with, and just yeah, I mean it plays from 4 players pretty well, and yeah, it's like I said, it's been hitting the table a lot. So, all right, let's go over the first character recommendation.
All right.
Do you want to start, Paul?
Sure.
Who? Cloak and Dagger?
Yeah.
All right. So this one is the. Oh,
No,
we'll
he's
do
changed
that.
it.
Yeah, that'll be next. So first one up. Who's the first one up, Paul?
Medusa.
Okay, Medusa.
Third favorite.
So I think this one is from the Volume 1 Battle of Legends deck. And yeah, why don't you say a little thing about Medusa?
So at the start of your turn, you may deal 1 damage to the opposing card in Medusa's zone.
Right.
So like if we're playing with a big board, Medusa could like just deal damage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got to be in the same zone, but I mean that's a
Some of-
nice way to chip
And-
away from them at the very beginning.
And they all have their own little special abilities.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
makes
Good
them.
thing about it is like she can move 3 like
Yeah.
chip them,
And you played with Medusa yesterday against one of my favorite characters that I'm going to bring up. What are some of the things
And
you
I
like about
won.
him? Like, yeah, you did. Yeah. But
It's close.
It was close down the last turn. So what are some cards that you like from Medusa?
This one you can boost because Medusa has like 4 cards that are boost value.
Uh-huh. So
And
this
like-
so this is called second shot. So this says you may boost this attack. So it's a base 3 attack, but it says you may boost it.
So like if I add a 4 to it and you guys don't have any cards, then
Right.
it would do 7.
So the nice thing about this is you can play this card and then see what the other player's defense is. As long as they didn't cancel the effect, the nice thing about Medusa is she has a lot of like high boost value cards. So that's
Lot of
actually
damage.
yeah, that's actually how he defeated me was he played the 3 and then he boosted it with a 4.
And then
and-
I literally one-shotted you.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. And then what other ones do you have here?
This one is to draw 1 card.
So it just allows you
high
to
damage.
get more cards throughout the
Because
the
sometimes
turn.
I like to get greedy with me boost.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you playing 4s with your characters on.
And then this is this the card that you defeated me with?
Oh.
4.
Okay. What's
If you won the combat, deal 8 damage to the opposing
Yeah.
player.
yeah?
8
So
damage.
it was really close, and I think I was actually winning, but he won the combat, and then he was able to do 8 damage. So
And just for
pretty-
reference, like
Also-
figures have, or your characters have anywhere from like 7 or 8 health to up to like 28, I think is the highest. So there's a big range in there, and you do have some
think-
abilities to kind of recoup health, but
Yeah.
doing 8 damage is a lot.
especially late in the
Yeah.
game. That's big. So that was your first. I'll go next. I'll go
I add
next. Sure.
If I probably wouldn't have won without the harpies because Dad was barely doing anything. He was
And the
like,
harpies,
I'm just gonna attack.
what are the harpies?
They're melee.
They're little minions.
They're little sidekick minions. So they're just other things on the board that can distract you from Medusa.
When I got surprised, I had no idea that it would do 8 damage. I thought it would do 7.
Yeah.
And you would be at 1 health. I was at 1 health. You were at 8.
Yeah.
You were at 8. And then I got completely confused.
Yeah, but you that's what it did. So the first one I'm gonna talk about actually is Nikola's Tesla. So this is part of the cooperative version that was one of the later ones. And what I like about this one is these coils here. You have 2 coils for him, and throughout the game. There's a lot of different cards that play with those coils, both attack and defense cards. So I have this card that says it's just a base 3 attack, but I can spend 2 coils to make it a value of 7. So that can be super handy in the right times. And then I just it's a base 5 attack, and it says charge after combat, charge both coils. So like to play the 5, charge both coils, and then to play the 3 that becomes a 7, that can be a pretty killer combo.
Yeah, I don't like that 5 card. 'Cause that was the only one that you beat Nat with.
Yeah, that's
And
nice
you got
if you
these
get,
all the other abilities.
It's nice if you get an ability on yours that says after combat, cancel all effects on the card. Or
that's
like
the one you
cancel
gotta
all
watch out
effects
for.
Yeah,
on the
but it
card.
would go after.
Or
so
immediately cancel all effects on the cards. That's nice.
So this defense one, it says after combat, you may discharge a coil. If you discard 2, draw 3 cards and recovers a health. So that can be pretty crazy.
It's good to have cards in your hand.
It doesn't get canceled, which typically attacks don't cancel. Like I think most of the cancels are for like low defense or low attack / defense, but they're only like 2. So
he's tough to beat.
typically you wouldn't do a something that cancels effects. And then if I have the coils, I can draw 3 cards. So that's a nice way to refill
he's
the hand.
He's tough to beat because I was.
And he's ranged. So yeah, he did well. He did well in our last game, and I definitely think I could recommend him for sure.
He's pretty tough to beat because I was with Medusa and he made me go to 1 health.
Yeah.
But that card just helped me.
I'm gonna bring the largest character in the game so far.
Yeah.
Which is the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park edition,
really
or one of the Jurassic Park. There's 2 Jurassic Park editions, but we will get into the second one.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I really like him. He is not. He's probably not the best character in terms of like why
movement and other cards that he's like. He has a whole bunch of health, which is good, but he has some cards that deal damage to him as well.
Yeah. So
kind of like
he starts with 27 health, which I was like, oh. Which makes sense. He's a T-Rex. He's a big dude.
Kind of like a character that I'm going to do next.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, like, so just so you know, they have attack cards, and then they have a defense and attack cards, and then they have little, little after combat or immediately effects down here. But
yeah, I don't like those.
Reckless Lunge was my favorite. It's a free attack, but you deal 3 damage after the attack as well. So this could be up to 6 damage. But then the downside is you take 3 damage as well.
The
So
good thing about that
he's
card
being reckless.
is that they can't defend the deal 3 damage. So if
no,
it
they
fails,
can't. Yeah, if it fails. So you don't want to do that when you've only got 3 health left, right? Yeah.
Right.
And then I like the Terrifying Roar. So he can attack, or she can attack, from up to 2 spaces away, but they can only move
Makes sense.
1.
Because it's
it's slow,
Yeah, but
And they're melee.
he's got some reach.
He's got some reach, and he's got some cards in there that allow him to move a little
he
bit
also
more.
fits 2 spots. So.
It's very, he fits 2 spots,
That's
and he can
really
attack around him. But Terrifying Roar, especially if the characters want to run away, you can scare them into place. I really like that one.
Oof.
Yeah.
So it just
Dad.
stops their
Dad.
movement or something?
Stops movement, yeah.
Dad.
Fighters cannot leave their space for the next turn,
Wow.
for the rest of
Yeah,
their
that's
turn.
what he was doing. He
I
was
really
like,
like, yeah.
"Bop, bop, bop, I'm gonna move away."
So, T-Rex, big dude.
Yeah. And what's nice about this game, especially like I think Nat's realized, and she'll go over some of the characters, but like there is some like great like IP characters that they brought out here. So
For sure.
I think generally, oh no, there's a mix for mine, but that's something Nat really liked because she was a big fan of Jurassic Park and
yeah.
still is.
Yeah.
So to be able to play as some of those characters is pretty awesome.
It was fun, yeah. I mean, you play it. I've mainly played as the dinosaurs, not as the humans, which shows my allegiance.
I mean, that's probably how I would play.
Yeah. But they come in a 2-player game, both of the Jurassic Park ones. But we've just been grabbing characters and playing it 3 players.
I was hoping
everything
you would
from
put
whatever.
Widow.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would put Window.
I didn't like Black Widow.
Black Widow had a rough first match.
Yeah. I need to
Probably
play her
not
again.
going to be in this video.
No.
Other than right here.
Yeah.
I
I'll
wanted
play her again at some point and
Yeah.
see if
Yeah,
I
and
can
I'll talk
figure
about
it out.
it all about how.
So
What's your next one, Paul?
Next one.
Oh.
Bloody Mary.
All
Okay,
right.
so this is your second favorite. Okay.
This
So-
was the one that I won 3 times. with.
Yeah. So why don't you read her just basic ability that she has?
At the start of the turn, you have exactly 3 cards in your hand. Gain 1 action.
Right. So she plays a lot of her stuff plays off the 3. And if you're like if you
'cause
play
say her
as your
name in the
third
mirror
action,
3 times.
right?
See, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But and she moves 3, but yeah, it's just like she's definitely an interesting character. What's some stuff you like about her, Paul?
So let's say you have like 3 cards in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
This card, if I maneuver, this card, if Bloody Mary shares no zones with the space she started in, it's 6.
6 damage.
Wow.
And that
Or
has-
defense. Well, it generally
defense,
probably
yeah.
would be attack. That's when you'd want to use it. But that could be really strong. I mean, that's a 6 base attack.
I'm happy that it does at least 2 damage to your 4 defense cards over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. What are some of the other ones?
So, like, if let's say I had these 3 still, and I play this and I maneuver and stuff.
Okay.
If this card was your 3rd action, it's 7. So it would do 3 damage.
So it goes. So that's the thing. If it was a base 3 attack, but if Paul had 3 cards in his hand at the start of his turn, and that was the 3rd action, that's a 7 instead. So that could be huge to just get like.
I'm starting to see
3.
a theme in his characters. Like,
Uh-huh.
which ones can do the highest amount of damage?
Yeah, and then what's this last one, Paul?
Choose one of the fighters and move them up to 4 spaces.
Okay.
Because you want to be
Yeah.
a runner.
So you can So
The
you
thing
can
is-
move people around and stuff.
So
and guess what?
She's melee, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes when you are fighting a ranged one, you do want to run away
Right.
because you don't just want them to have free attacks at you all
Let's
the time.
say that I'm next to Nat and I have these 3 cards. I would gain 1 action. So I could just do this.
Yeah.
I could do this. I could maneuver. Bloody Mary shares no zone of space. 6. She has no cards. 6 damage. Then I would play this. If this is your 3rd action, 7.
Yeah. So
So it
that's.
would do 13 damage in total.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully Nat didn't leave
Defe-
herself defenseless.
yeah.
But
Oh, and then the next turn, I
You
could
get to play defense cards as well, so you both like put your cards face down and then you reveal them.
Oh, and then after
So-
that, I could kill Nat with that.
yeah.
I mean, hopefully I would
That's
have
the
a,
You
That's
see his
the
enthusiasm for the
Yeah.
game.
hopefully I would have some cancel effects
Yeah.
cards on there.
No,
yeah.
no,
So,
we don't want those.
so I think I'll go ahead and go with my next one. So
Yeah.
this is part of the Legends 2 one. And this one actually surprised me because I know nothing about the character or its story or anything, but it was just it's a little tricky character.
I thought you were gonna
It's
put that at your
it's fun.
first.
He's really close. He's really
Because
close.
when I used it, it was horrible
Yeah.
for me.
So
'Cause you guys were counting
so
me with generally
so this one is called Sun Wukong. He's this little crazy monkey, and he's got 3 little clones
That's
that
what
he
I hate
can
about
build throughout the game.
That's what I hate about it. It's like 20
The
cards.
clones don't start on the board, but he just has some like kind of crazy cards and some of the stuff that this is the first I've seen of them. One of the nice things about this character is a lot of times the cards, if you have sidekicks or other characters for you, the cards are specific to those characters. So if somebody played a sidekick or tried to attack with a sidekick, they would have to have a sidekick card. The nice thing about with Sun Wukong is that he can, most of his cards, I think all of them, but there might be one or two, have say any on it.
That's a card that I hate.
So he could use the clones, even if they only have 1 health. He could use the clones for that card. He could use it for himself. It's pretty wild. But yeah, a 7 attack when a clone can do that, pretty strong.
Very
When
strong.
Dad was playing with that, he had a card that said he could pick it up. So he could do this,
Right.
then pick
You
it
could
up,
pick it up.
do it again.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty wild. And then this one's pretty funny. So this one's called the Rui Jingo Bang. So it's got a 0 base attack, but it says after combat, if your opponent played a defense card, you have the second attack happens. It says tricked you.
When I didn't have any defense cards, you
know.
played it. You 4 damage. Wait, no.
That's-
You have to double check.
That's
That's
how I
horrible.
lost my last game was I play
Yeah.
I played that thinking that I'd get the 4, but it was only if somebody played a defense card. So, but it can be funny because they might play their strongest card as the first card, and then you're like, oh, actually tricked you. Here's a 4 attack.
A little bit of bluffing going
Yeah,
on over
which
there.
That one's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then this last one here, this one it's called Golden Chainmail. So it's got a 4 base defense, and then it says any combat damage you would take is dealt to the opposing fighter instead.
So
So
what's the thing about my 2? When those would counter it because it would do damage to me.
right. So
But most likely I would have the most damage because you only have 2 or 1
Right.
of those cards.
but yeah, so like Mr. Monkey Man can kind of hang out in the back end and have his little clones terrorize everybody.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I was doing, and you were moving out, so
So.
that's why I used Medusa to
Yeah.
And I
move
must
you,
admit,
pull you back in.
we've been playing with all random different characters from
Yeah,
different
just to try
Unmatched
different
games,
ones, really.
and going against each other, and
Yeah.
they've all been really balanced.
Right.
It's even if one has super low health,
Yeah.
the others and
There's
have
some kind of
been
strong thing
yeah,
about it. the
they've
character.
got a good
I
card
think
deck
one's
and stuff like
unfair.
that.
And it's my favorite. One's unfair.
So
Okay, so what's your second poll? Nat?
spoiler alert.
Oof.
The other Jurassic Park one is coming out.
Somebody like Jurassic Park.
Someone likes Jurassic Park.
21
I
health.
did like the
included.
dinosaurs. They
Yeah.
were
21 health and high.
yeah,
attack.
because they all have their own little
Yeah.
health
so,
dial.
and so in this one, I think generally the rule is if your main character dies, then you're out of the game. But with this, she has 3 main characters, so as long as one of
yeah.
them's alive, she's still good.
Yeah,
And-
so she has 21 health in total.
Yeah.
That's why me and Dad were targeting her at the start of the game.
Someone's really good at targeting on someone
Yeah,
else.
hey,
right?
hey,
yeah,
focus
yeah.
on-
Hey,
focus on
don't
them.
see that I've got 28 health.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
No, because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't. It doesn't include the
Uh,
because I'm.
Okay,
let's
so
say
Nat, what are some?
I
you
like
like about
the
'em?
fact that these play pretty much how they're meant to play, in the sense that if they're trying to be clever girls and
Mm-hmm.
They're
surround
boys, they're
you.
Boys.
So if they do have a card called Clever Girl, and then after combat, if one or more of your Raptors is adjacent to the opposing player, you gain an action. And then some also say that you gain that player gains an extra damage for every one of the Raptors that are around.
Yeah,
So
if you got them all together,
and
it's
that's how
definitely a
Raptors
combo.
work. They would
Chip away.
the
Just
one
do a little nibble.
you would see one, and then the other 2 come in from the
Yeah.
side. So I thought that was really cool.
It's pretty nice
Yeah.
how they these little things in the game. You definitely feel like those characters.
Yeah.
The thing that was funny
Um,
about when she played with the Raptors, I was in the whole corner, and then she was boxing them, so Dad couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then,
You
and then
boxed
she
them
had
in,
to move
right.
all
And I have a card coordinated attack pattern that basically allows you to move some of the other Raptors into the same
that's
zone.
Wow.
That's what
Yeah,
you
so
used
you
to get
can,
away.
if someone's trying to run away, you can be like, okay, this one will
Yep,
follow
I'll
you,
just
and then
follow.
boom, hey guys.
Yeah, that's what you did to escape
So,
from Dad.
I heard there's
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah, the party in the
Raptor
Raptor
party.
zone. Woo-woo. So yeah, I like the Jurassic Park. Both the Jurassic Park themes, they've been really spot on. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Paul, all right, here's your top one.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about, this does do a lot of some damage to itself.
who are the characters?
Cloak and Dagger.
Okay,
Dagger.
so this is part of the Teen Spirit expansion.
There's 2 abilities.
Yeah.
Umbra, attack if clone dealt at least 2 combat damage, your opponent discards 1 card. After you attack if Dagger dealt at least 2 combat damage, gain 1 action.
Yeah.
So
So that's pretty powerful.
So if at least 2 damage was done on the defender, gets another action. So this could be a big combo.
yeah.
I think he's about to go over a combo.
Let's say I have, because there's at least 5 of these, and I have 5 cards at the start. And you guys have, one of you have no cards. I could just spam it over.
So what does the card say?
Over and over. It says draw one card, and then I would just get it.
So
and
I know,
spam,
but it's a 5 base attack.
Yeah.
And then after combat, draw 1 card. So if the 5 base attack did at least 2 damage, then he gets to do another action and draw another card. So
And there's 5 of these, so
right.
I
Yeah.
could use 3 on you since you have 15 health.
Mhm.
Her character has what, like
At-
1
at-
and 1?
in one
I'll
match,
just
I think I was
probably-
Miss Marvel, which I also liked. It's not sharing with her really today, but I did like Miss Marvel. But I think I may have had like
Yeah.
2 turns one time because he just got there and was just spamming me with the combos, and there wasn't much I
I
could
was
do.
just spamming you with this. That's
But
Yeah.
any other cards?
So
or things?
it's
Yeah.
good. It's
About
good
it?
to have cards in your hand.
Yeah.
Always good to have cards
For
in your
sure,
hand,
for sure.
especially defense
this
cards.
one really hurts.
Yeah.
Like when he played Miss
So
Marvel.
this is Dagger, huh?
When
Yeah.
he played Miss Marvel, I had more health than him.
All right, but hold on a sec. With this card yesterday, I got to look at his hand and I got to discard this one.
Yeah, because
Uh-huh. That
she
was
didn't-
really nice.
if she did
I was like, I
then,
seen that 7. I was like, nope.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
This is going into
Yeah.
this card.
Bye bye.
If she did it, then we wouldn't have tied because I could have
Yeah.
did damage. And this was the one that I was talking about does more damage to me and her.
Yeah.
And it says if
We
you
would've
won
tied.
the combat, your takes the damage equal of the damage dealt.
So
that's
basically,
what's-
however much damage he does to the other player, he takes that damage himself.
Yeah, and if I used it.
And he would have done 4 damage to me, and he
So,
had 4
yeah,
left.
that could be-
So we both would have dead.
Right, but that could be
We
like a
both
great
would've deaded.
card.
Yeah.
Like if you got a little bit extra health, for sure.
And I would have won because I attacked.
Yeah, we both would have died.
No, I would have won because I attacked.
I have to see about that.
Yeah, I know.
If Cloak played this card to defend, Dagger recovers 2 health. If Dagger played this card to defend, if Dagger played this card to attack, Cloak recovers 2 health.
Yeah.
This is what I use from your rampage attacks.
It's a nice way to.
And they start
heal.
with 8 health as well, so
Right.
they're
And again,
on
it's
the
for
low
both
side,
characters. So
both, yeah.
I mean, it's gonna hurt your hand if one of them exits, but it's still you're not out
especially
of the game.
if you just have if Dagger dies and you only have
And-
Dagger cards left.
Right.
That's gonna
That can
hurt.
make it tough.
Yeah.
And Ennies are there. We have like Cloak and Dagger has like most Ennies. There's like maybe like only 4 of Dagger.
Dagger or Cloak. Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
All right,
Nice.
Nat, take us home. What's your favorite?
Did you do your third one?
No.
You're right. I will.
Not
Just
that.
go ahead. Go ahead. We'll
Go
go out
ahead.
of order. Yeah.
All right, we'll go out of order. All right, this is my absolute favorite,
Yeah.
and for more reasons than ever because he is my favorite character.
And he's
Yeah.
very
Anyway, this is Deadpool,
Yeah.
and his card set plays exactly like Deadpool. It's Deadpool. Like, they couldn't
No.
have got it
No.
any better.
No.
Like, he's melee. But all his cards are like his own made.
No. No.
Hey.
Just calm down a second.
Really.
Yeah, all of his cards are his like Deadpool own made.
It's almost like
I don't
like.
know about
He wrote them himself.
Yeah, it's almost like there
Yeah,
was
I wrote them themselves,
a
so.
deck of cards made for Deadpool, and then he's like, I'm gonna write on this with red ink
Yep.
and change them to how I want them to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like on one of his health cards, it says like 100 instead or something like that. So he's like, yeah. But like some of I picked out 3 of my favorite cards of Deadpool. Like this one, it's an attack or defense. It's called Call Me. But during your combat, if your opponent's name is on this card, its value is 4. So it just like increases it. And after combat, you basically write your opponent's name on there. So I remember attacking Nick with it. And then one of Deadpool's cards allows him to... Usually once you discard a card, you don't get it for the rest of the game. That's it. Once you go through your pile, you're done. But Deadpool's got a card that allows you to pick like 3 or 5 cards up.
Nice.
So I picked this up and I was like, right, I'm going to attack Nick with this one.
Same
But
one again.
yeah, this is a Deadpool like. And then this one was one of my favorites as well. Chimichanga Break. So during combat, if there is food on the table, the value of this card is 5.
She just brought like a loaf of bread over here.
Yeah.
And was like,
I
I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And she's like,
just
oh,
randomly,
just
got
wait.
up in the middle.
Can I go get food? Cause I'm
Nah,
Yeah. And then he did play
Not if you're
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I got goldfish on the table and then I started eating.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
no, I
just the
started-
random like.
It's funny.
They just looked at me when I brought the bread, and then maybe 5 minutes later, I played this card. I'm like, oh look, there's bread on the table. Yeah, and then
Gotta pull it
he's
off.
got some power cards as well. This one was one of my favorite. You tip your figure over, you make a fainting noise, so you make an elaborate like Deadpool, and then you recover 2 health. I'm like, yep, Deadpool. So
Hilarious.
yeah, his deck is one of my favorite out of all of these. So, yeah.
Of all the ones we're recommending, that one's probably the hardest to find. But it's her favorite, and it's like you can't not talk about it, right? Yeah.
It's Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I get a chance to play, whenever we play any of these Marvel games or this game, and we get a
Any game, any Marvel game, is Deadpool's in it, right? Because that's who I want to be.
Deadpool might be
Deadpool or
outdated.
Venom, and I'm in.
Yeah.
Deadpool might be outdated. But
Yeah. So the last one I have is, and this was surprising. I did not expect to like this as much as I did, but he's a pretty crazy character. It's Invisible Man.
Yeah.
So this one is in the Cobble and Fog box, and it has these little fog tokens that you place on the board at the beginning. They all have to start in your zone. But the crazy thing with Invisible Man is basically he can move, like those fog tokens like represent like an adjacent spot. So he can just like hop around the board.
yeah,
And that can be pretty wild.
It's annoying, isn't it?
I know, cause that's why I had to play Medusa with him, cause he's like,
Yeah, he can just move around.
trying to move
And
you
then,
back.
but he has a lot of cards with him. Like this one is Slip Away. Move 1 fog, so it's an attack card, and move 1 fog token to a space without a fighter. Then place Invisible Man on that space. So, like, it's a nice way to either like attack another character or attack the same one just in a different space with a fog token, and he gets an extra defense if he's on a fog token. But this is the most like crazy card that I've played in this whole game with all the characters. It's Vanish. So you recover 1 health, remove Invisible Man from the board at the start of your next turn, place Invisible Man in any space. Like how crazy!
That's
You're just
crazy.
like, I'm gonna sit out this round.
Yeah.
You all have fun.
I don't want 2 attacks coming at me. So
Y'all
no.
have fun.
Yeah.
I'll come back in the next round when I'm feeling refreshed after I've had a little nap or something. Like it's ridiculous, but yeah,
His
he's
character's fun as well. Look at his character.
he's a strong. I mean, he's a strong character, but he's like super fun to play with too.
No, but I mean his figure, like I
Yeah.
don't think you'll get.
I
A
don't know if
close
you
up
can
on
see
that,
it in here,
like,
but like, yeah, you just don't. He's invisible.
He's got no face there.
No,
It's
yeah,
just
it's
a
just
jacket.
clothes.
Yeah, it's really
But
well made.
But yeah. So hope gave you some like good recommendations if you're looking to get into Unmatched for the first time or you're just wondering about some expansions.
and some good combos.
Yeah, but yeah, these are some of our favorite ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll probably have another video or 2 about Unmatched just because it's been such a big game for us lately.
Yeah, and I guess like it's fun because you guys have been drawn to the not like
IP.
IP characters and stuff,
Yeah.
whereas like, all mine are IP characters.
Yeah.
Where,
I mean,
which
it's
is
like that.
great.
Like, it's you kind
There's
of take
Buffy
whatever
and
you
Angel and stuff like
prefer.
that.
Yeah,
Marvel.
and you never had a game that had Buffy in it, right?
No,
So to be able to play with Buffy, that's super cool.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
finding that a lot of fun.
Very
I need
cool.
to try out these characters a bit more so they don't whoop me all the time. So, yeah.
But,
Yeah, I'm the one who gets beaten up the most.
Yeah, you
but
get
with
beaten up
3
in most
players,
of the
it kind of
games
balances
every
it.
time.
That's not true.
So.
Yeah, in most of the games, all of the games.
All right. So anything?
Like
any
and
other?
subscribe.
Any? Yeah.
Stay
If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. And
Yeah.
Stay tuned for our gameplay of the other game.
Yep. So catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.